So with this morning run here, I don't even know how I did it, so I'm just going to let the video and the pictures do the talking. Now let's get some backstory to this. At this point, I must have known that I was going to get a rerun in the morning, and I'm going around, I'm checking my tire pressures, and Vicky comes over and she gives me the go-ahead to get out there as soon as I can. And basically the story here is throughout the entire morning, everyone's runs were either wet or damp, you know, and I'm on brand new, unscrubbed in AO52s. I mean, literally, I went to Green Apple, I got them installed on Tuesday, drove to my house, and drove to the event on Saturday here. Now, obviously, the rerun is definitely helping, but I do think that the rain is kind of like the great equalizer. It helps a lot of lower horsepower cars against a lot of the higher powered ones that, you know, can't put the traction down at this point. And it also rewards smoother drivers versus those who are kind of taking risks. And Paulo, I'm looking at you, you know. So I'm usually a smoother driver, but I'm going to admit it, like a lot of times I'm not very aggressive, and I'm not aggressive enough sometimes, you know, and that really comes to bite me in the drive. But, you know, right here in the wet for these morning runs, you know, even with new tires that aren't scrubbed in, you know, you just have to be smooth, your inputs have to be on point, and I don't know how I did it. I don't know, that was 6th overall at that point, was just like nuts for me. So you can tell I'm just like totally thrilled here. This is what I always do when I get like a really good run, or like, you know, I do something totally amazing. You can always see I'm clapping my hands in here. So again, I don't know how I did it. I just kind of drove my pants off here, and, you know, maybe having, you know, 225s versus the 245s that, you know, a lot of the other DS drivers have. You know, maybe it helped in the rain here a little bit. Who knows? So now later in the day here, you know, the first run kind of gets screwed a little bit. The first heat, I mean, you know, it's raining on and off. It's probably raining more than most people realize, and this video doesn't do justice how much it was actually raining. I actually had my passenger side window closed in grid as we were sitting there. But I'm still just trying to, you know, do everything I was doing in the rain, you know, exactly the same, more or less, just a little bit more aggressive, a little bit harder here. You can see I actually tapped the rev limiter about here. Well, not the limiter, but the light comes on at least. You know, the back end's not coming out here. I'm just trying to carry speed through this section, and I'm trying to commit coming in here. But I know I could push out to that edge probably a little bit more and make sure I hammer all the way down to the next turn here, which I didn't do. And then the rest was just kind of getting through this back section, which I think I did pretty good. So I think if I would have just held a little bit more speed there, you know, coming through that one section that I noted and pushed out to the left a little bit more, that probably would have gotten me, you know, another half second to a second probably. So the story after this was that I was actually going to get another run. I actually took a run after this in the rain, and it was 2 seconds slower. I mean, we just kind of got screwed here. Match had told me I was going to get a rerun, then he says I'm not getting a rerun, so that was that, and that was okay because I wasn't going to get any faster. At that point it was raining even more, people with umbrellas out, so it just wasn't going to happen.